This is Eddie Hearn, Matchroom Boxing. You're watching Sporting Icons. You don't need to be anywhere else.
Now, Anthony Joshua, and it's fully understandable, he likes to keep and appear to have this clean-cut image of be humble, be nice, be respectful. So it inspires others to do so, of all walks of life. And there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. And of course, he's helped his career tremendously, where a lot of people have respect for Anthony Joshua. But let's not forget, Anthony Joshua, he has still inside him that street mentality. He has that inside him to trash talk when he really has to. But for the good of the sport, the good of his image, he holds that back. But from time to time, it slips out. And this is what Anthony Joshua had to say about Deontay Wilder. I went into my drawer and pulled out my long list of things to say about Wilder. I've got a lot of things to say about Wilder, but you don't knock a man when he's down. That was the top of my list. I have to stand by those principles. But for sure, I think me and Wilder, as I say, are cut from a different cloth. Here's what we call it begins with a B and ends with a H. Call him a bitch. I'm not like that. I'm more of a man. I don't really get on the internet talking crap. The only times you've seen me talking recklessly is against Dillian Whyte and Jarrell Miller. Other than that, I'm an ambassador of the sport. I'm trying to be clean. I'm trying to represent my sponsorships. I'm trying to represent DAZN properly. I have to try and stay away from the typical stereotype of a heavyweight boxer. It's difficult, but I have it in me to fire up and talk recklessly when needed. I'm only going to speak facts on this whole situation. Wilder's had 10 title defenses of the WBC belt. So I look across the 10 title defenses he's had, and he's fought Arthur Spilka, Donald Brazil, Johan Duapa, Bermane Stiverne, Luis Ortiz twice, fought Fury twice, and Chris Arreola and Eric Molina. Within those 10, I look and said, we got Tyson Fury twice and Ortiz twice, and they're the top tier fighters in his 10 defenses. All of those 4 challenges he's had with top tier fighters he's struggled with. Fury's coming back from a long layoff, and I thought he'd come back and get it right. I know when it means to come so close and have it stripped away. I thought Tyson Fury would do exactly what he'd done in the rematch. Technically wise, he's got that down. How he went about it, I just thought when Deontay Wilder gets to that top level, it's going to be difficult for him to stay there due to the fact he has had so long bobbing around in the mediocre fights. So that's Anthony Joshua's statement. He does go on and talk about so many other things with Deontay Wilder being limited. He doesn't have too much in the tool bag, all that kind of stuff. Actually, you know what? I'll just say it out. The way that I take it, when you look into a warrior's tool bag, and I look at Deontay Wilder's tool bag, he's got a right hand. So I say, how do I take away the right hand? It's hard for a fighter to throw powerful right hand when he's moving backward. So we need to put him on his back foot and be dominant in that sense. How do we take away the right hand when he's on the front foot? I need to practice slipping it, making it shoot over my head. The same thing with the lead hand. I've never seen him hurt anyone with an uppercut. I've never seen him hurt anyone with a right hand to the body or with a left hook. I think the pressure would take away his main weapon to the right hand, and you're 75% there on your way to victory. So Anthony Josh's statement. So what he's saying is Deontay Wilder is limited. Well, okay, that's something that we all know. Fury has been limited. Wilder has been limited for a hell of a long time, and Tyson Fury certainly exposed that. Why did Tyson Fury expose that? Because Fury is of a certain level in the heavyweight division. As Joshua said right there, those 10 defenses were awful. Even the first one against Tyson Fury, yes, it's a good name, but we all know why Wilder took that. Even Shelley Finkel pretty much admitted it, that they didn't expect Tyson Fury to be as good as he was in that first fight. He wasn't supposed to be able to hang in there with Wilder. He wasn't supposed to have been ready. He wasn't supposed to have been match fit. And most of us believe that he beat Deontay Wilder. So it was a cherry pick that went really, really wrong. Luis Ortiz, again, twice. Second one, nobody was calling for it. Nobody was asking for it. But Luis Ortiz battered him for every second of every round until he got caught with seconds remaining of round number 7 because he got sloppy. In the first fight, Luis Ortiz had Wilder out of there, but the referee let it continue. The referee gave Wilder more seconds to recuperate at the beginning of round number 8. We know how that kind of went. But again, Luis Ortiz was being advised not to take the fight because he was failing the medical before the ring walk. But he had to get special permission. This is what we're hearing. But the rest of them, who else has he fought? No one. Absolutely no one. He's got a trash resume. So calling him the biggest, baddest puncher on the planet that there ever has been in the heavyweight division is laughable, to be honest with you. I mean, he might be, but he hasn't proved it. That's kind of my point. When you look at Anthony Joshua's defenses, Joshua's resume is far superior to Deontay Wilder's in every step of the way. Every sense of the word, Joshua's resume is far superior. Tyson Fury's certainly is as well. Dillian Whyte's certainly is as well. Wilder's resume, listen, he's been protected, and that's pretty much what it is that Anthony Joshua's saying. So why is he calling him a bitch? Well, it's very simple, because when Anthony Joshua, when he lost to Andy Ruiz Jr., Deontay Wilder was out there mocking and laughing, saying how he got exposed and blah, blah, blah. There was no need for that. There was no need for him to do that. But that's the kind of person that Deontay Wilder is. He's a very bitter, self-absorbed person. That's what he is. And when Deontay Wilder lost, what happened? It's pretty much in the same format as when Anthony Joshua lost to Ruiz, is it not? Round number 3, they both hit the deck. And the fight got stopped in round number 7. Pretty much the same kind of format. But difference is, Joshua actually dropped Andy Ruiz Jr. Then he made a mistake and got caught. And that's what set up the rest of the fight, which is why Anthony Joshua ended up losing. With Deontay Wilder, he got battered from pillar to post. Officially, it was 2 knockdowns. One of them was a jab to the body. A jab to the body sent Deontay Wilder to the floor. Another time, Deontay Wilder, he fell against the ropes and the referee didn't count it. That should have been counted. These are the rules. You use the rope to keep yourself up, it's a knockdown. Don't believe me, go check out David Price versus Alexander Povetkin. So, he's calling him a bitch because he didn't have that same kind of decorum when it came to Anthony Joshua, when it comes to other heavyweights. Wilder, he's not complimentary, he's not encouraging, he's self-absorbed. And that's why he's calling him a bitch. And I totally agree with Anthony Joshua. That's what Deontay Wilder is. I'm not saying as a person he's not, or he is. I'm saying as a person, behind closed doors, he's a good family man. He's probably a really, really nice person. I'm not saying that. But when it comes to put the camera on him, when it comes to other fighters, he goes over the top. Who says that they want to put a body on their resume? He believed in his own hype. Trouble is, nobody else did. Everybody else could see that he was limited with a piss poor resume. That is what it is. Anthony Joshua has fought and defeated far better opposition than Deontay Wilder in half the fights. Why did it take Wilder so long to finally step up against Luis Ortiz in his 39th fight? Why did it take so long? Some people will say, but Deontay Wilder, he didn't have that many amateur fights. He only had 6 amateur fights less than Anthony Joshua. Only 6. You could say that Deontay Wilder, he started boxing late when he first put on a pair of gloves at the age of 19. Okay, Anthony Joshua first put on a pair of gloves at the age of 18. So there is no excuse other than the fact that he's been wrapped in cotton wool, never wanted to step up. And once he did step up, he got done. This is why Anthony Joshua won that fight. He knew that he had Deontay Wilder's number. Dillian Whyte knew that he had Deontay Wilder's number. Tyson Fury, at that first fight, even though that he was nowhere near match fit, not even close to it, knew even then that he had Deontay Wilder. And it took a robbery on the scorecards to sort that out. Anyway, it is what it is. Anthony Joshua, from time to time, he does show his true self. His true self is, I'll trash you. Because there must have been a part of him when Deontay Wilder was laughing at Anthony Joshua and all these kind of things and acting like a complete clown. Anthony Joshua sat back and stayed quiet. When the same thing, well, in fact, worse happened with Deontay Wilder, worse happened. Because there was no towel thrown in for Anthony Joshua. There was no quit in Anthony Joshua's team. None whatsoever. The referee stopped the fight. Okay, but I'm not saying the referee wasn't right. I think the referee was right to stop it. But the way that Wilder was reacting to him, I'm sure Anthony Joshua deep down must have went, haha, karma. Karma, motherfucker. Karma. He must have done. That's a human reaction, isn't it? I certainly would have done. Anyway, it is what it is. That's Anthony Joshua's statement. He says that Deontay Wilder is a bitch. I think most of us agree. Drop your thoughts below, click thumbs up, and of course, make sure you are subscribed, and I'll catch you all on the very next video.